The rain poured mercilessly, drenching the cracked pavement as a lone figure trudged forward. His clothes were torn, his face bruised, and his eyes hollow, empty, yet filled with a fire that refused to die. This was a man who had nothing left to lose. His name no longer mattered. Once he had dreams. Once he had love. Once he had a future. But life had taken it all. Betrayed by those he trusted, crushed by the weight of failure, abandoned in the cold abyss of loneliness. He had lost everything. Society had discarded him. Friends had vanished, and hope? Hope was a joke he no longer laughed at. He had reached the bottom of the abyss, that place where most men break, where the weak surrender. But he wasn't like most men. As he walked through the empty streets, the voices of the past echoed in his mind. The people who said he was worthless, the ones who laughed at his pain, the ones who turned their backs when he needed them the most. Every insult, every betrayal, every failure, it all played on repeat, clawing at his soul. But he didn't stop. Pain had become his fuel. Hatred had become his drive. Every scar on his body was a reminder he was still standing. And if he was still standing, he could still fight. He had learned something in the darkness, something most people never understood. Rock bottom wasn't the end. It was the beginning. Because when you have nothing left to lose, you become dangerous. You become unstoppable. He stopped under a flickering streetlight, his fists clenched so tightly his knuckles turned white. He could feel it, something inside him shifting, evolving. The man who had been weak, broken, defeated was dead. In his place stood something else, something forged in suffering, sharpened by rage and reborn in silence. No one was coming to save him. No one cared. Good. That meant there was no one left to stop him. With slow, deliberate steps, he walked forward, his silhouette disappearing into the night. He wasn't looking for revenge. He wasn't looking for pity. He was looking for one thing and one thing only: power. Because in this world, only the strong survive, and he had decided he would never be weak again.